Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Oakland Raiders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, Weeks. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! 55 is mine, guys. 55.
Operating from the gun. Weeks escaping the pressure right. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fleming. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Flex round! Flex round!
Hands on the Ringo. You got three down.
To throw on second down. Weeks forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Ohio! Ohio!
Hey. You got three. Three down.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
I got you.
Ohio! Ohio!
First carry for Darius Geis. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flex round! Flex round!
4 down, 4 down.
Check. Lucky.
Kaiser now from the 50. He'll check it down to Geis. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a third down.
Ohio!
Take 4.
Flex round! Ohio!
Come on, now.
From the gun, Kaiser. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Weeks. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Flex round! Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Watch two.
From the gun, Weeks. Flush to his right. Going deep now for Herbert. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Throwing on 1st down. Weeks. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ohio! Ohio!
Four down. Alert.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A beautiful fake. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Check three.
Flex round! Flex round!
Hey, watch the slant.
On the handoff, it's Geis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Watch the ad. Check.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the 1st quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Geis receives the pitch, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Alert. 3 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
All day, baby, all day. Ohio. No, check that. We're going to Mike 52 right here. Flex round.
Oh, yeah.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year.
Ohio. Get that quarterback at all times.
Check safety.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Check 52. Ohio.
Big edge. Hold the look.
A 1st down throw for Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ohio. Flex round. Ohio.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Flex round.
To the air again, Kaiser. And incomplete here on third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now here come the Raiders. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Ohio!
To throw on 2nd down. Weeks. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Ohio!
Operating from the gun. Weeks. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Tyler. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Go get him!
On 1st and 10, Weeks. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Weeks. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Nice with the carry on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hey!
Kaiser on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ohio! Ohio! Hey!
On first down, Weeks. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Hey!
Following the interception, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Do not need to take it and are expected to stay on and elsewhere during the game.
Looking to throw on second down. Weeks flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this
you're
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Ohio. Ohio.
On 3rd down, Kaiser. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Flex round.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
To throw on 2nd down. Weeks escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Switch. Flex round.
Throwing on 1st down. Weeks. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Flex round. Three down. Flex round. Flex round.
in the air on second down. Weeks. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Watch number 29, 29.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their... fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, boys, got four down. Hey, alert three.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Kill, turn up.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard. Gun. Detroit.
Throwing again. Kennedy. And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Key him. Key the tight end.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
Motion, I got one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Kennedy. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
It looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weeks. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Kennedy. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll hand it now to Geis. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 1st down, Weeks flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Weeks eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Weeks And that's complete. It's the Carr-to-Cooper connection. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Operating from the gun. Weeks. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift.
Detroit! Detroit!
SOS.
Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Wild Bill.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Check 53's Mike.
Gun!
Throwing on first down. Kennedy. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Detroit! Gun!
Back to throw. Kennedy. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Kennedy. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The Redskins on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch twist.
Operating from the gun. Kennedy. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
3 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So out come the Raiders. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Now they'll run it on the taunts. And now running right through it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Too fast, baby.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
We got 3 down.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
From the gun, Weeks steps away to his left.
Check.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
He's going to get it running right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ohio! Ohio!
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Cut.
Operating from the gun. Weeks buying time to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Gun! 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 Over! 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 Over!
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Gun! 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 Gun!
Showing eight.
Gun! 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 Gun!
On 1st and 10, Kennedy. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
To throw again, Kennedy. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long, Kennedy. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Kennedy. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
On 1st down, Weeks. Flushed out right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
Ohio! Ohio!
Shift. Choose the mic.
On third down, Weeks. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here.
Tighten up. He's crashing. He's checking crack. Under 10.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Gun!
To throw on 2nd down, Kennedy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Mike, 53. Mike.
Watch it now, Barney! Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
To throw on 3rd down, Kennedy. And that is incomplete.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
The Redskins send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Five down. Stand up in.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Check, butt step.
Off the play fake. Weeks. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Flex round! Flex round!
4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing on 1st down. Weeks. Flush to his right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Oakland, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.